I did it. This is a world record. I'm claiming it. World record, longest one-wheel trip consecutively ever done. Someone beat it.
Hi, my name is Grant. I go by MarsRover001 on most social medias, and today I'm going to tell you the story of how I rode my one wheel from one side of Florida to the other, coast to coast. So about 2 years ago, in 2017 or 2018, I had this great idea for a long-range skateboard-based camping trip. So I built this absolute beast of a skateboard, and that's when I learned it's really not practical for the type of distances that I had in mind. Meanwhile, I kept riding my one wheel, and that's when it struck me, why not just make the one wheel go really far? And what if it started off my 2020? So in November, I started gathering parts and building my battery. The batteries are connected to each other. Nothing's exploded. The board's still on. Let's go take it for a spin. It could do 40 miles on one charge. And with 2 chargers, I could bring it from 0 to 100 in just 2 hours. So I waited for a break in the weather, and I went for it. Yeah, it's a little weird with all this weight. I can tell you right now that this extra weight, it really sucks. My back leg feels like I've been riding 50 miles. I've ridden 3. This is a problem that I do not have a solution for other than frequent breaks. Yay, going slower! I love going slower! Does not like going up this bridge. But man, look at that view. And no one will know it wasn't a drone shot. Alright, this looks slick. How quick until I fall off with all this weight and a non-treaded tire. Oh god, I feel it slipping already. Come on. I'll make it to the beach, at least. Oh, that seems okay. There's some soft parts, there's some hard parts. This might be possible. The Gulf of Mexico. Just get a little wet.
And the journey begins. Back to my backpack. Oh Giannis, this sucks. If at any point during this trip I have to carry my board and the backpack at the same time, that means I've run out of food and water waiting for someone to show up with a car. You know, come to think of it, could just come at high tide. Let the water come to you. Oh damn! Big crash! Big crash! Well, that was interesting. Good way to start. Other people crashing, not me. Focus, you fool! 12! We've hit 12 miles an hour! A blistering speed!
How they can sell 2 of these for $4, I have no idea.
Oh man, those sidewalks are brutal. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. And that'll just about do it for day 1. About 11, 12 miles in, and it doesn't sound like much, but double that because I started here to ride my board, to shoot that opening scene and put my tire in the water. So I've got 23.8 miles on the board for this trip with 161% usage. I can go up to 200%, so let me do some quick math. Okay, so I just did the math and fully loaded up, that gives me a range of 34 miles on one charge. I planned for 35. This could use a bit more planning.
Alright, day 2. Not gonna lie, this is the hardest one. I think.
It is a beautiful day in suburbia.
Feeling good, I'm psyched up, I'm ready to go 85 miles. This is gonna hurt so bad.
That's one small roll for a man, one giant roll for mankind. But man, look at this. 7:40 in the morning, 7:45. It's a beautiful day. They said sidewalk closed, but no thanks. No thanks. We made it to the highway. We're not going on the highway, Tucker.
The guy's going really fast. I'm starting to think maybe, just maybe, I picked the wrong vehicle to go fast on. But look at them trees! So I was traveling, and then I hit that patch. Let me tell you, whatever they put down, it's slippery stuff. Oh man. Got it on me too. Did I just ride through tar? So I'm leaving a nice long black trail behind me. And just like that, we've escaped the city. We're into the wilderness. But not quite. There's a park up here on the left I'm stopping at.
Outlet.
Like, share the road. Yeah, I'll take the sidewalk, thank you. The end of the sidewalk. And the beginning of what was labeled a bike lane. It'll do, I guess. Please don't hit me.
This is the first time today I haven't heard road noise. That's it. There's nobody. We out here. We out here.
It is time to celebrate a birthday. 3,000 miles. 3,000 miles since a Onewheel entered my life. And I fell in love. It's back! The sidewalk!
We're entering another town. This one is called Sun City Center. Fun fact, this town is known all up and down the coast for its old people. Yes, I said that right. This is a town based entirely around retired people.
This is the only side of the road that has a shoulder. I can't ride through dirt. I'll lose all my range. So I just gotta play chicken with all the cars. I'm having a great time. You know what? Lovely time. I'm not saying it was a mistake, but you know, could just drove a car. I guess this is better. I think that might be a sidewalk someday. Well, that didn't last long, but at least I have a sidewalk that definitely doesn't end right up ahead. Ah, come on, man. But look what was on the other side of the road. Proper sidewalk. Because it's not concrete, it's asphalt. This is some good stuff. See, this is what I'm talking about. Nice, wide, paved, signs that say no motor vehicles.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
You know, I was parked way down the road down here south of Big Bend.
Yeah.
You went by me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Down by the
see-
construction? Yeah.
Yeah, so, how fast does this thing go for you?
What a nice guy. I thought for sure he was gonna yell at me and be like, no motor vehicles, get off. Chill, dude.
A nice sidewalk went away. Okay, so while my booster battery is charging, yeah, ride around so I can show you this dope ass park.
It's 3:15, it's probably gonna be 3:30 by the time this battery charges. I'm 53 miles in today. I'm about zonked out. I've got a plan for a little bit earlier sleeping stop, and then that's just gonna really suck tomorrow because I've got to make up the time. I'm out of energy. Okay, I don't know guys, I'm out of it. I really don't want to keep going.
Sidewalk ran out again. There's no hard shoulder. Also, it's getting dark, and I'm not at the park. I'm many miles from the park. We're back out into the nothing. Not again. That guy just tried to coal roll me. Yo, it's actually pretty. I'm about dead, physically and battery-wise. I need an outlet.
Okay, so there's some missing footage here, so let me explain. I get to the park and the guard's like, hey, you got a reservation? I'm like, nope, no I don't. What do you have available? We don't really have anything unless you want to do primitive camping. That's fine, I just need to hang my hammock. Okay, but it's kind of flooded. Anyway, here you go, it's only $8. $8, sweet, I get to sleep. Yeah, again, it's probably flooded. Yep, cool, sleep. Alright, good luck. Bye.
Light's fading quick though, so I gotta get there pronto. We off-road now, boy! Primitive camping. I like the look of that. Hi, Phone Grant here. So what happened? I ran into a swamp, like serious swamp. The trail was no longer dry. It was under a foot of water. I trudged through the swamp before realizing this swamp goes on for too far. I then went back, found 2 trees off the side of a trail, and very quickly put up my hammock and bug net. So I'm here with wet shoes, my helmet, like straight up my helmet, and my phone, and that's it. Like no water, no food. It's all out on my bag. We'll just wait a couple hours, the bugs will die down, and I can settle in for a nice night. I could have just pulled off any time I wanted on that trail. Why did I have to go through the swamp? God, I'm such an idiot. Good morning. You might be wondering, why is it morning? What happened to the shots of taking down camp? Well, I'll tell you, mosquitoes. The mosquitoes out here are absolutely vicious, and I did not bring any bug spray because I am big dumb. That's a cool shot. Oh man, I'm exhausted, but that's a cool shot. So the cafe doesn't open till 9, and it's not 9. There's power though. So what's the plan for today? I don't know. Hopefully make it to Orlando some way, somehow. The only problem is it's another 75 miles to Orlando, and I just did 75 miles yesterday. To do it again today? I don't know, man. So it's about 11 a.m. It's still misting, although it is lightening up. And I have made basically no progress. This could be an issue.
Yeah, that's, I think I can do that before it gets dark.
Having both obtained food and power, I am on this road with no hard shoulder, waiting for gaps in traffic. Also, I've been made an honorary member of the Rancho Mafia. At least the mist is gone. But I'm so behind schedule. Oh, how I wish for a hard shoulder. So cars, don't run me over. Please. There's some ghosts. Also, the tarmac is really nice, but the wind is right in my face. Rest in peace, range. So look, I know I like to complain, but by God, this wind is 17 miles an hour in my face, and I'm trying to do 12, and it is sapping my battery so quick. Like, the cars don't even bother me at this point. I've got a nice hard shoulder, everything's smooth, we're all good. That wind, oh my God. Taking some shelter from the sun and the wind. This church happened to be on the way. I think we're gonna charge up and take a nap and figure out the next leg of the journey. That pond is an unnatural color of blue. So this is a nice little place. Smooth roads, low traffic, a barrier of trees to keep the wind down. I'm okay with that. This was worth it. My feet hurt, but this was worth it. So I've been on this road for a couple miles. You know what? I'm feeling good. Morale is high. This is nice. Honestly, very nice. I would never complain about a one-wheel ride being too short ever again. We are now entering Lake County. Yeah, buddy. And we're back on the road. I thought I heard something rubbing, but I thought it was nothing. It was, in fact, something. And now there's a seriously deep groove all the way down to the cords across my entire tire. God. Still holding air. Come on, slime. Be kind to me. Do your job. Yo, this is a serious hill. Pulling almost 500 watts off the booster pack. Look at that view! Wow! And me. So tired. Oh, don't wanna. Y'all seeing that hill? That's a big ass hill. Also, there's something going weird with the nerves in my leg. They're not working right. It's getting kind of dark. It's dark, but we made it. We're on the West Orange Trail. Only an hour away. It is very, very dark. Had to break out the big light. I think I have enough battery for all of things. I'm so tired. I just want to sleep, man. Winter Park. Hey look, a train. It's 2.5 miles. I'm getting permanent nerve damage right now, I swear. Too close to quit. I will not call an Uber. I will not call an Uber. I won't call Lyft either.
Come on in, man. Where did you ride from? Jesus Christ.
Zephyr Hills.
Good night.
Woo! Stop. Finish.
Yeah, come on in.
Day
Here.
2. Thank you very much to Damon, aka Longhair Boy. And we are off for another beautiful day. The weather is absolutely fantastic. First stop is some breakfast. Imagine the song I'm Walking on Sunshine, except the word sunshine is replaced with painkillers. I think it's broken, but apparently I was going 88 miles an hour. Sure.
A Onewheel. I mean, I would have never guessed the name of that, right? Okay, smile. Hold on. Smile. I gotta make sure I got it.
I rode this from Sarasota
Oh my god.
2 days ago, so I'm at 150 something miles. I'm trying to cross the state.
Wow. Let me get a picture with you. This is awesome. Do you have like an Instagram or anything?
Yeah, Mars Rover 001.
Cool. Yeah, I'll tag you in it. That's awesome.
Sweet. So I took a little sneak peek at the map, and it looks like we're going through residential for a while. It's nice not having cars zip by you at 100 miles an hour. Look at this freaking trail, guys. This is absolutely gorgeous. I want the entire rest of my trip to be like this.
Man, you look like you're gonna film a movie or something.
I am.
Oh.
I'm riding coast to coast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I left Sarasota Friday.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Coast to coast to Florida, I guess?
Coast to coast, you mean?
Oh
coast to
yeah,
coast?
no, I'm cheating that way.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make the YouTube video be like coast to coast on Onewheel and be like, holy crap, someone actually did it. They click on it and be horribly disappointed.
So it's coast to coast Florida.
Yes.
So I think that's the furthest we've gone on one charge this whole trip. 25 miles, 40% left.
That's not good. I really want to make it to Zaxby's before it rains. But I think it might be raining up ahead. That was 100% rain. I am not gonna make it. There's a Papa John's over here though, so I guess we're gonna go have some pizza. It's a little damp, but honestly, it's cooling the air down, so I like it. That man's got a plane. Look at that rain. Missed me with that. So this is the road? I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved riding dirt, but really? Look at that camp spot, and look. Power. Showers. There's a pond and all sorts of crazy stuff back in here. Lovely little campsite. But first, I think it's shower time. Okay, we got a time lapse going. It's dark, mosquitoes are getting out. Good night. Once again, didn't sleep that great. But that's okay, because today is the last day. I'm going to pack everything up and get on the road ASAP so I can get some breakfast in about 2 hours. We're a pretty long way from town. Houston, we have a problem. That's a lot of slime. This tire is done for. Oh, still holds air though. Okay, navigation for today is pretty easy. Turn right on the big scary road and go until it stops and you see some water, then turn left. They got a grocery store, but that's not where I want to have breakfast. Okay, we're making a quick detour. The world's largest gator? Hell yeah, we're checking that out. So I'll be honest, out of all the things I expected to see today, this was not one of them.
I used to say I was sincere. I used to say I was sincere.
Entering Brevard County. Haven't I heard some Florida man stories about there? What's that? Titusville city limit? The last city on my trip. Last city. We're so close. We are finishing today. Look, civilization, a bike lane, possible sidewalks, a Cracker Barrel, Walmart. This board's heavy. Yo, this might be the widest bike lane I've ever seen. So I asked for breakfast and a charge, and they said, no, we don't do that here. All right, fine. Guess we're going to Subway. Okay, what's up with this town? For the record, it's 9:30. Business hours are 9 to 10. They've been open for a half hour. They are not open. All right, let's find somewhere else to have breakfast. Jeez. Thank you, bless. Round 2. I know I've complained a lot on this trip about the pain that I've gone through.
It does not compare to the amount of food that I have now eaten and how much my stomach hurts. Man, that was some good food though. Killed it. I tell you what, I got all day. I think it's time for a 30-minute nap while this food settles. Alright, that's long enough. It's time to finish. And we're back onto this beautiful greenway. And I say greenway literally because it is green. The final climb. It's amazing. It's all downhill from here. Somewhere over there is the space shuttle landing runway. Unfortunately, we're also going into a national park, which means I cannot fly my drone. Disappointment. We did it, boy! We're close! Fee booth temporarily closed. Well, where do I pay then? Guess it's free today. You know what? I'm okay with that. That's just saved me 10 bucks. Over there is the Kennedy Space Center control tower. I've been over there many years ago. There's control tower. There's the bit where they launch from. There's some antennas. So it's that kind of party. All right. Boardwalk 13. I know where not to go. Come here, ocean. Hit my board. I want to go out further and get my feet wet. Fine, screw you. We did it! Run, 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 run! No, wait, don't click away just yet, because this outro is one of the reasons I made this movie. See, I understand people in Future Motion headquarters might be watching right now, so I'd like to take this opportunity to sacrifice Future Motion sharing this on their Instagram to instead address some real issues the community has with the boards and the company. See, we need to talk about the hardware changes that have been secretly made to the boards and what honestly appears to be an anti-community move. Now, I would love to be proven wrong on what I'm about to say, so let's throw it over to the Onewheel PR department addressing community complaints for the past 5 years. Right, so in case you're not fully caught up on the various changes to the board, here's a timeline. Back here in the V1 and Plus days, Nothing happened that I'm complaining about today. Range extending mods, switching motor controllers around, batteries around from dead boards, at home, on your own, was perfectly fine. And as you saw in my video, I used an external battery to extend my range dramatically. Throughout the Onewheel life, this has been done in 3 ways. Charge and ride to the XLR port, VNR by just putting another battery of the same voltage in parallel after the BMS, and finally RNR, which places the second battery in parallel before the BMS. And I promise this is all going to be super relevant in about 3 minutes. In 2018, the XR came out. More range. So much more range. And finally an answer to people using range extending mods. But charge and ride still worked, and all you had to do was change the settings on the boost converter. This first XR hardware was called 4206, but it did have a bit of a problem. Yeah, it just randomly stopped working. But no worries, Future Motion should fix it for free, right? There was a Rush software patch that made the board perform worse, and when that didn't work, they did start replacing controllers for free, plus shipping and handling. And any board sent in with 4206, regardless of if it was broken or not, would get upgraded to 4208. 4208, it didn't brick, but it also disabled charge and ride. Everything else worked though. VNR was developed as a workaround, and you could still replace broken parts at home. But really, this was the first clue that something was up. Why would they disable charge and ride through hardware changes? People guessed it was something to do with fixing the controllers from bricking, shrugged their shoulders, and moved on. A short while later, 4209 came out, with the 221 inductor replaced with a sturdier surface mount version, preventing common causes of failure after heavy drops from all the previous boards and hardware revisions. And if that all sounded like Greek to you, don't worry. Just know that 4209 was the start of boards that could take some serious drops without breaking. I need to give Future Motion credit here for this redesign, as it really was a great change to the XR. CES 2019 brought us the new Pint, and while many of us were hoping for an XR2, the Pint came out as a mass-market, affordable introduction to the sport, and despite my original reservations, it's honestly a pretty powerful machine. Well, except the hypercharger being an overpriced normal XR charger with a different connector. But that is a rant for another day. Now, there's actually 4 revisions of the Pint, but I don't have enough data on the exact changes in each one, so here's a chart. We're going to call the old side V1 and the newer side V2. At launch, Pint hardware was version 1. And unlike the XR4206, this one worked just fine. And due to the Pint's somewhat reduced range, VNR was even more popular. But then something happened. And this part is complete speculation, but I imagine the conversation at Future Motion going something like this.
Hey dude, check out these sweet range extending mods for the Pint. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah. Wait, what? Range, you know, because the Pint doesn't have much? Well, why aren't they upgrading to the XR? Because they don't need to? Don't worry, I have a plan.
And so version 2 of the Pint started shipping. This added software checks to measure how much energy is expected to come out of the battery compared to how much energy the motor should be using. After about 2 miles, if you have a range extending mod installed, it will shut down with error 23, incompatible hardware detected. But this didn't just affect people modifying their boards though. People with stock boards and no knowledge of these mods are also running into these issues. In an effort to lock down the board, it's actually become less reliable. But wait, there's more. In all of these Pint revisions, battery or controller swapping at home was impossible, as they were linked together in software by serial number. This actually wasn't a big deal, as the Pint hardware is quite resilient and didn't have the failure rates like the XR. So I need to give credit to both the improved waterproofing of the ESC and battery enclosures, with splash guards, better connectors, rubber O-ring gaskets sealing it all up. Honestly, good job, Future Motion. Meanwhile, in XR land, third-party parts for home repairs were getting easier to obtain thanks to a rogue former dealer buying new boards and selling the components to the community. In response, the XR obviously needed to receive the same lockdown treatment as the Pint, and so hardware 4210 was released. VNR was disabled in software using the exact same method as Pint V2. Range extending mods were now pushed to move to RNR. What's RNR? Well, with charge and ride, we just charge the charge port. With VNR, we tap the battery wires between the BMS and ESC. With RNR, we now have to tap the battery directly before the BMS. This is kind of a slight safety issue, as without the BMS doing cell balancing, low and high voltage cutoff, and most importantly, overcurrent protection, the booster battery could hurt the internal battery or wiring in some cases. But that's not what the lockdown was really about. Remember those easy-to-obtain third-party parts that would get you riding your board quicker and sometimes cheaper than an official Future Motion repair visit? Yeah, well, just like the Pint, 4210 now pairs the battery and motor controller with software. If one dies, you gotta replace them both. Now see, I wouldn't have a problem with this if the board was built like the Pint, what with its improved durability and water resistance, lowering the need for these part replacements. But since the design has remained the same, the only logical reason I see for doing this would be to stop people from working on the devices that they own. And as a side note here, 4209 and 4210 are physically the same hardware, only the controller firmware changed. This means that Future Motion has the ability to update all the older 4209 boards to 4210 with software updates, removing Vamp and Ride and locking the ESC and BMS together on all these boards after they've been bought. But this also means that the inverse is true. Since the hardware is identical, the ESC and BMS pairing is done in software, which means it could be undone. In Future Motion, you could right your wrong here. But why would you do that? Well, let me give an example. I'm not a fan of Apple, but let me compare the two for a moment. If I buy two brand new iPhones and I take the battery from one and I put it in the other, I'm going to get an error that says the battery is not an official battery. Well, even though it is, but the phone's still going to work perfectly with no issues. But if I buy two brand new Onewheels and I swap the battery, well, it just won't work. I can't ride, the board won't activate, I'm not going anywhere. See, I never thought I'd say this, but the iPhone's actually easy to repair compared to a Onewheel. So, if we the people who own our devices can't repair them, do we really own them? Or are we just renting them while at the mercy of Future Motion to continue to repair them? Remember, Future Motion are the only ones with tools and parts right now, and they will only do repairs in California, and you have to ship the entire board. Again, if you're an international rider, I am so sorry. What happens if Future Motion dies, like inboard, boosted, inertian? As a reminder, I ride a Plus, a board for which repairs are no longer offered and parts cannot be bought. To my board, Future Motion's already dead. So, since Future Motion has a monopoly on repairs right now, let's talk about price. At this time, repairs on supported boards now appear slightly cheaper. Unfortunately, this is due to itemization of the bill. For example, here we see the battery and BMS as two separate line items. The catch being I've never seen an invoice where they actually allowed the customer to replace just the battery or just the BMS. And even worse, look at this cost for a plastic battery box that's not even waterproof. But that's not why people want to fix their boards at home. It's the turnaround time. Remember that guy on eBay? He will overnight you parts and you will be up and going in under 24 hours. Let's compare that with the official Future Motion repair time. The email is going to take a week or two to respond, so the quickest way to get a slot is to call them. If you get lucky on the phone, you could get a prepaid label sent out to you and you could be back riding in around 2.5 weeks. But the average is around 4 to 8 weeks, where you pay shipping both ways. And the longest repair time I've seen was 6 months for a dude in Germany, who eventually just gave up waiting for his repair and never saw his board again.
Boy, I sure do love driving my Yonda branded car. I just love the company so much. Ah, a tree! Oh no, I've crashed. Why would Hyundai make a car that crashes? They never should have allowed me to go to my buddy Joe down the street and have him help me change my spark plugs.
See, that's silly, right? These moves don't serve a need for safety. Particularly in Pint V2 and XR4210, these are purely software moves intended to stop the community from doing what they want with the device they physically own. And from what I see, every hardware change since mid-2018 has been targeted directly at people offering third-party repairs, parts, and modifications.
We like maintaining control over products that you own. After all, repair of boards is a fantastic revenue stream that we would like to continue to have monopolies over.
See, that's more like it. Again, if Future Motion would give a good reason for these moves through their PR department.
Wait, we got more things to talk about.
What do we got to talk about?
The dog calendar.
Ooh!
The dog calendar.
Right, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I wouldn't have to accuse you of being anti-community. So, Future Motion, I'm only asking for two things here. We know that VNR being disabled and the ESC BMS pairing is all software, which means that you can revert these changes through an update. Please do so. Number two, Just get rid of this corporate culture and talk to us like the enthusiasts we are. We love your product, we're not going to sue you, so quit running statements through your legal department and give us some real answers to the changes in hardware and software we all ride. And we can talk about the other stuff some other day. Here's a list of that other stuff.
Bad repair service times. Warranty void if removed stickers, which according to the FTC mean nothing. Ads showing going through water without any disclaimers, then declining any water damage as warranty work. The random changes between 30Q and VT6 cells and the subsequent widespread failure of the 30Q based packs in XRs just after the surprisingly short warranty is up. The complete lack of international repair options, an email ticket system that's as useful as single-ply toilet paper, and most importantly no parts or tools being sold.
Look, you got a long way to go, but let's start with reverting the software changes and talking to us like adults. And if you'd like to know more about the right to repair movement in fields other than Onewheels, I recommend this video from Louis Rosman, independent Apple board repair specialist, and this mini documentary from Vice, showing the exact same concept in farm tractors that put your food on the table. See, the right to repair is a global issue, and I hope that you will set the example to others that your product is not disposable. And for everyone else in the community, I'd like you to help me pressure Future Motion for action by adding hashtag right to repair to your usual posts at Onewheel. Show off your unofficial mods, post pictures of the inside of your controller, or videos of just slicing those useless warranty void stickers. And you might also want to add your constructive comment to all their Instagram posts, asking that our boards be set free in software, and hardware repair parts be made available. Change is only going to happen when there's a movement to force it. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Question: what's with the BMS and ESC pairing lock on 4210 XR boards? $10. They won't answer my question about why the ESC and BMS can't be replaced at home.
Shout out to Canada up there. It's always up to get to Canada, right? And snowboard at powder for me is like the best experience. I never wanted.
Any plans to acknowledge and work with third-party vendors? Also won't give back old parts after getting repair. The struggle is real for anyone who just wants to fix their board. I sent in some similar questions. What are your thoughts on the third-party Onewheel apps? They're locking batteries to controllers and software, making replaceable impossible. Funny that you're talking about things lasting forever. This is a waste of an interview. They never want to talk about things going on and actual plans. Just sent my board back. Will you also open a service point in Europe?
Product development. People want product development. And I also saw a few about swappable batteries.
Swappable batteries always make products, bigger, less reliable, and companies that like bet their company, their product on swappable batteries often end up going out of business because of the complexity of swappable batteries. That's what I think about swappable batteries.
There you have it, folks. Swappable batteries is actually a bad idea.
Product development is one of my core areas that I try to spend my time on, just helping make better products for riders. And so, yeah, obviously I can't say a ton about what we're doing next, but all I can say is like you guys are gonna like it, and
etc.
Line kitchen knives. The lawyers are gonna love that.